These symbols are called the Cillian, and they're basically held vertically. And the weight of the symbol is, if we had a pretend cowboy gun, then you would have your three fingers facing backwards like this, and the weight of the symbol rests right on that. And as you can see, there's no tension. And I'm holding the symbol with the other hand, showing you it's just resting on that, and then you can keep the symbol from falling over by just placing the pointing finger and your thumb holding it. And so it becomes very relaxed, and there's no squeezing and tension. If there's squeezing and tension, the symbol will not vibrate against the other symbol. So you want to try and hold it relaxed, and the same with the other symbol. And you're sitting in meditation position, and so it's relaxed. Your arms are just naturally out in front of you. They're not too high, they're not too low. They're just naturally out in front of you. The next thing, when you're holding them properly, is to create what I'm calling a crescent in the symbols. This way, but particularly you can see it easily this way. And the reason for that is if you're trying to get your sound and they're together, the symbols will continually miss and strike in the wrong place. The sound is generated by striking the symbols on the edges, like this. And the way to get that accurately is to create a nice crescent, not too small. It should be nice and almost halfway, easily like that. And then the sound is generated generally by the rotation of the wrists, not by slapping the cymbals together. It's by rotating the wrists. So one can practice just that technique, where you're just rotating the wrists, and the cymbals are then, the energy of your rotation is bouncing, begins to bounce the cymbal. The striking of the bottom gets thrown to the top, gets thrown to the bottom, gets thrown to the top. In fact, there is a technique in Makala, I'm not sure about the Pakshi, where you actually have to do that. So that will be something you want to develop, but it's also helpful just for the general sound to practice that slowly. And so there's three techniques in the sound. Three techniques in the sound. The one is where the cymbals are just tapping on the top. And what you're doing is rotating the wrists in the beginning, but then you begin to relax and let the cymbals vibrate against each other. The second technique, which is a little bit more difficult and will come out of your practicing the rotations of the wrist, is this flicking of the wrist, where it's like where you're throwing the energy into the bottom of the cymbal so that it definitely bounces back and hits the top. So you get... And the third technique is where the cymbals are just relaxed and slowly pressed together, so you get this sound. That sizzling and then cutting sound. So in a very popular or commonly used musical cymbal beat called a bep, the